Alright, this is day 1 of the Solving Radicals unit, and we're going to look at the Let Me Show You questions 1 through 3. So it says, let's use our solving graphically skills to solve the following using the examples given below. So let's go through these examples here. To get to this solution, I'm going to graph on my graphing calculator the equation, and all that requires is that when you use your graphing calculators, you hit y equals, clear out whatever's in that screen, and now remember when you're doing solving by graphically, you type in each side of the equation. One is y1 and the other side is y2. So for the square root of 2x to the third, I'm going to write, or type, second x squared, and then 2x plus 3. The important part to realize is that you want the entire thing underneath the radical. So you can see that the radical extends to everything that's listed underneath it. In the second equation, it's just a plain old negative 4x plus 6. Then you hit graph. And if you did this correctly, you should see that the exact image that's on your example. Remember, to get to the solution of x equals approximately 0.95, you hit second, trace, and then you go to where the two graphs intersect. Hit enter, 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 and there is your answer. They just rounded that to 0.95. So that's approximately x equals 0.95. Let's try the next example. Okay. So I'm going to do the same thing. Clear out what's in my screen, and I'm going to enter in a new equation. So I have y equals negative x plus 8, and then the square root of 5 minus x. And I'm looking for the solution between those two equations. Hit graph. Make sure you see the same thing as what's given to us, which we do. And then hit second, trace, intersect, number 5. And enter, enter, enter. And here, it's telling you there's an error, that there's no sign change. And what that means is that when you look at your graph, there's no point where the graphs are intersecting. So this is why it's a no solution. These graphs do not intersect, so there's no solution to this equation as it's set up. Okay, and then the last one, same idea. Hit y equals, clear out what's in there. So we have the cubed root. Remember, for cubed root, there's multiple ways to do this, but if you hit the math key, which is right underneath the alpha key, and you go to number 4, that's the cube root. Another way to do it, if you don't have that key, is you hit math and number 5. And here it's prompting me, I'm going to make it the cube root. So any other number than 2, I'm going to have to use that key to type in the number there. You could do 3, 4, 5, any number you want. So it's the cube root of negative x. Now notice in this equation, the minus 5 is outside of the radical sign. So I'm going to shift to the right and then do minus 5. That's incredibly important that you see the difference with if the radical is extended or not. In the second equation, it's just negative x squared. And then if I hit graph, I should see the same equation. I do. Hit second, trace, intersect, enter, enter, enter. This gave me the intersection to the left, which is negative 1.94. And then I have to do it again because there are two intersections on this graph. I have to hit second, trace, intersect. This time I'm going to shift over to the right though, because I want to make sure I get this point on the right. Enter, enter, enter. And there's my 2.52. Alright, so try the next 3 problems on your own.